great entrepreneurship. It's really critical. Or connected to business. Connected to business, yes.
I think some people related brand the company and organize a few groups inside the company to try to create something new.
Interesting. Thank you. Another thing. So maybe the simple way to define corporate entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship within an existing organization and to build the innovation strategy. And we have many literature and even the professionals who use corporate entrepreneurship with different degrees. And I used to define corporate entrepreneurship with different freedom degrees. Maybe you know what it is, corporate venturing activity. Corporate venturing activities is to finance innovation, but company could develop two kinds of corporate venturing: internal corporate venturing and external corporate venturing. So during that piece, I worked for an insurance company in France. The name is Mélanie, and they financed my research, and they developed a specific corporate venturing fund to develop innovation. So I studied during 3 years this entrepreneurial program of this insurance company. So my it's a company. During maybe the beginning of my business, I just observed the company and the relation with innovation. And I met some entrepreneurs. I could have some conversation with them, and I understand that it's really important is the relational relationship. Because corporate entrepreneurship, because innovation, it is a way to do differently in a company with their norms, values. They need to negotiate their position and to negotiate this relation. So the focus of my research, my thesis research, is was on the analysis of the role of the relation dimension of the innovation process in the context of corporate entrepreneurship. So I use corporate entrepreneurship and I present corporate entrepreneurship as a tool for innovation. And I explain two kinds of corporate venturing, internal and external corporate venturing, and it depends on the context and the projects, because they have some specific ways. But to negotiate this position, you need to build and negotiate this relation. So the main research question was, how does the entrepreneur rely on his various relationships during the innovation process to facilitate the implementation of the innovation within the entrepreneurial ecosystem? Because insurance company, with the data, the ecosystem, all need to reinvent themselves to find new ways to develop businesses. So I studied almost the entrepreneurial ecosystem of insurance companies and tech industry. With many polytechnic, we have in France, we have a tradition of corporate entrepreneurship and a school of entrepreneurship. L'Institut de l'Entrepreneuriat, Institute of Entrepreneurship. Maybe you know the University, the Lyon Business School, and the Institute of Entrepreneurship. It is a part and very strongly with the business. And Véronique Profª, which is in my group. Okay. So I propose I focus my research on the innovation process. Perry Smith and Mélanie, which is the product work on this relational dimension of the innovation, propose this construction. 4 phases: generation, elaboration, promotion, and implementation. And during this process, at the beginning of this process, the relation are really indirect passive. And after that, during this process, you need specific resources, you have specific problem issues. So you develop some specific relation, and the relation change and become more direct. And because the needs and the resources of entrepreneurs are really different during this 4 phases, the relation is almost different. It's different. So I study how the company could work on this kind of relation to foster, implement some entrepreneurship intentions. So the first step of my thesis is work on entrepreneurial intention. How the company could develop, could implement this entrepreneurial action. So I work on the concept of organizational trust, but I will explain it later. The second article is about the promotion phase, and during this step, the notion of legitimacy, it's really important. Maybe could define legitimacy. Do you have an idea? What is entrepreneurial legitimacy for you?
What is legitimate?
Trust.
No, yeah, no. Let me say.
It's about isomorphism. I will develop you. Maybe another idea. What is legitimacy? How could you feel legitimate and an entrepreneur? Legitimacy, it's about, the judgments of an audience. It's about social acceptation. And as you say, it's entrepreneurial idea. It's within you. So you need to negotiate and you need to build this social acceptation. So you need to develop entrepreneurial legitimacy during this step of promotion. I will develop and present this article. The last one is the implementation step. And I work on the corporate incubator, corporate accelerator, and this particular place in the ecosystem. Because these corporate incubators, these corporate accelerators, it's middle position and develop links with the company to be sure that the entrepreneurial project fits with the corporate strategy, but also the space could protect the entrepreneurial projects and prepare these projects for the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So I work on this implementation step with the specific view of corporate incubator units. I will explain. Do you have any questions? Amendment? That's clear for you? So I work. It's really nice. Okay. So the process of access one of my project. Remember, the first article of my thesis is how we could develop entrepreneurial projects. This intention to develop corporate strategy, the big corporate strategy. And so I work with another team to understand how entrepreneurship and corporate entrepreneurship could solve grand challenges as sustainability, circular economy, emerging technologies, AI, big data, metaverse, because of I will ChatGPT or then CLT. So that is my publication. But just think I would like to show you. You know, the strategy or just the links between. But it's really important for me. The link between the different sectors. I work with information system experts. I work with marketing experts. And I think and I believe that for research, it's really important to build some multidisciplinary team. And my position in this team is to present and to use entrepreneurship and corporate entrepreneurship as a tool to improve and to answer these grand challenges. So I have many projects. The last one, I work on responsible AI and how entrepreneurs and how corporate entrepreneurs could be, you know, the struggle with this position and develop responsible AI within the company. So it wasn't my last project. Access to entrepreneurial legitimacy. I really like this topic, and I think it's really important. In Aix-en-Provence, I did my PhD in Aix-en-Provence in France, near Marseille, and with some colleagues, we built a team dedicated to this entrepreneurial legitimacy research. And specifically, I work on the entrepreneurial legitimacy. Why? Because I believe that entrepreneur, maybe you know the notion of isomorphism. Imagine we are aware. Maybe someone could explain me what is isomorphism in entrepreneurship? I don't know. You don't know? I don't know. Isomorphism, it's about innovation. Isomorphism, you want to develop a new idea, but this idea needs to be accepted by the ecosystem. So you need to be new, but not a lot. The question of isomorphism for the entrepreneur. But now think about the isomorphism for entrepreneurs. You need to be new within the company and for the ecosystem, entrepreneurial ecosystem. But not a lot for the company and for the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So I developed this, I talk about the double isomorphism, a specific challenge for the entrepreneur.
But yes, you said that you have to be new, but not so much.
Yeah.
Are we talking about implementing some new project inside the business?
Yes.
PC.
Yes. Inside the business, with the core innovation. And then if we develop the project, incorporate external innovation. orientation, that you need to represent the corporate strategy and within the entrepreneurial system. So,
Yeah, that's really amazing.
So I published the second article of my thesis, when I explained how entrepreneurs could use their networks to build the legitimacy within the company and outside the company. And now I work on two other topics. The first one with my another colleague of Toulouse Business School. Maybe you know her for her work on identity, entrepreneurial identity. She's Shira Freud. And we work on this new notion, self-perception of entrepreneurial legitimacy. Remember, I present legitimacy as a judgment of external audiences. But with Shira Freud, we believe that the first audience is yourself. And to develop some entrepreneurial intention, corporate entrepreneurial intention, you need to feel, you need to develop this self-perception of legitimacy. So we work on it. It's a project. And another project with two other colleagues, I work on the issue of stigma, stigmatized entrepreneurs. And in French, we have an organization. The name is Roux. And in this space, it's the way it is a space to develop some entrepreneurial initiative intentions for stigmatized entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs as immigrants. They came in France, but they couldn't work with their diplomas. So the main solution is to develop their own business. And we work I work with my colleagues on the strategies of legitimacy for this kind of public. And axis 3, remember the last article of my thesis, entrepreneurial networking strategies to feed the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So the last article of my thesis is really theoretical, and I explained just how the dynamics of networks activities. But now I would like to test this model with empirical studies. So I developed several collaborations with incubators in France to test this model. So network in entrepreneurial ecosystem, social incubator, entrepreneurs networking process, and there is a strong link between this last axis and the second one, with legitimacy, network and legitimacy. So I think I present now an online research program. Before to begin the focus on methodological perspective, maybe you have questions, comments, and maybe you see some links with your research. So please feel free to ask me any questions.
I think I have a comment. Now or not, but while we were talking, I think remember some researches that I have done before. For example, I've studied indirect the knowledge for growth. Okay, we have a corporation here in Brazil that is with the CPI. That is right? And they work kind of something that you described. They have a strong network But there, innovation has a lot of names in corporation. For example, the EAT project is kind of a corporate startup. And for example, the vehicle that was a digital platform was named as a project. And I was thinking about the legitimacy, right? And what do you think when we are studying this kind of corporations? Maybe we need to talk about innovation. There is a big difference in terms of the relationship and the network of if it is a startup, if it is a simple project. And what is the difference? Big difference, for example, in terms of results.
Thank you. I think it's about maybe three notions. The first one is about the position within the company. To deal with this particular position and maybe to grant your entrepreneurial products to build this business. And maybe you know the work of Fisher on the legitimacy and the different mechanisms of legitimacy. He describes three main strategies to build this legitimacy: the association, professional perspective, and identity. So entrepreneurs need to fix and to negotiate and with the name. Okay, I work on a project that's maybe if he could develop some networks in the company, maybe if the colleagues could transform the project. So it's the aim of my thesis. There was a relation mentioned. So the networks, and I think the second part of my research is about the corporate strategy, innovation strategy, and corporate entrepreneurship strategy. And don't forget that innovation strategy, in certain case, could be as greenwashing innovation version. So, as an entrepreneur, you need to develop a stance of strategy and analyze the different spaces for innovation, feature, just a project that space for innovation. It's the second part of my research. And the third one, I think it's about the team, the entrepreneurial team. It's too dangerous to develop an entrepreneurial project only in one business unit. You need to build a strategy of in build strategy. Thank you.
Congratulations for your presentation. I think that it's very interesting subject, and I thought about the role of cultural and strategic role of the innovation in the company.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about this? Because if you don't have this innovation core in your strategy and in your culture, you can't apply it.
Thank you for your question. I work on it, but I don't present that.
Okay.
The culture of the organization is the key. I understand. And why my field meant the French insurance company was really interesting to see that, because just shortly I will explain the story of this company. Really fun. So insurance, you know, it's a bank, a financial dimension. So in France, we have really engaged professors. And they decide to build their one insurance company. Okay. So the structure of the company, the SMILE, with a lot of administrative position. So the culture of this company is really bureaucratic. And now we are in 2021, and they understand to be competitive, they need to change themselves, to develop some corporate entrepreneurship strategies. And the results of this entrepreneurial project and program was really bad. Because after my this, it was the end of this entrepreneurial program. And they prefer to invest in a fund, in the corporate venturing fund, only for external corporate venturing activities because of culture, innovation. So thank you for your question. More question, maybe we could continue with the focus on methodological perspectives. I present a little animation on Roux lab. So you could use this QR code with your phone, and I will ask some questions to build our knowledge. Because I believe on the cairn, research cairn, we build knowledge on existence knowledge. So it's good for everyone? Yes? Okay, we'll start with the first question. What different kinds of research methodology do you use? Or maybe
It's just one.
it's brainstorming.
Okay.
It's brainstorming session, and after we present assessments. But I have to submit for each one, or so each we have to submit for each one a different one. Yes, yeah. Anytime. But I think it's better if we don't see the answer. It's important. Maybe have advantages and disadvantages of each. And I will explain something real life of research. Okay. Okay, we will see, and after we will comment your action research action. Interesting, as my work in this insurance company. Simulation, maybe. Mathematical, analytical research, experimental approaches, quantitative and qualitative, main differences, quantitative and okay, mixed method, good. Historical approach. Someone could explain me what it is? Historical.
It's like that overall you analyze some technical dimension, you know? So for example, in my master thesis, I study the life cycle stages. So I have to analyze the historical approach, you know, from the beginning of the company to the pre-inception to the growth phases.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages with the 3 examples based on my research. Okay, because I published some paper with quantitative, qualitative, and I try to find the good review in the good journal for a new method, a particular method. So I will explain. Okay, second question. How do you choose the right methodology for your current research? Do you choose the right methodology? What is your conditions to find the good way? That I see you Okay. So brainstorm. Define research questions. Thank you. So it's the base. So I will show you 3 examples based on my article and how I choose specific methodology for this research question. Yes. Research question, define the goal, data, and according to research question. Research question and epistemological approach. Reading over paper from the same area. Okay. And the last one, bibliometric research, qualitative according to the data characteristic, depend on the context of the student and qualitative. Okay. Interesting that. So from theory and research question, yes. So the basis is the research question, and I will explain my different choice for this article with you, and maybe we could comment together this choice. Okay, the last one. Because you're essential that we need to develop the strategy of communication. Okay, brainstorming. To attend the journal. Okay. fair acceptance, legitimate, journal orientation. Good. I prefer a little game with this on this question. The right method can answer the research question. Robustness, the attend journal you attempt to publish. Yes, because some journals are very specific to some methodology. Exactly. And I will develop some example. Public legitimacy is the topic of the day. Legitimacy of research area. Exactly. So I propose to you a little game on this question. So I will show you some journal, Academy of Management Review. I think you know this journal. Academy of Management Journal, Human Relations, Operations Research, Journal of Business Ethics. And the game, it's to answer and find the kind of different methodology of the journal. So I think you could play. And you need to make the link. So research culture.
Let's regret what's like 76 Really? Yes.
Okay, just and okay, pretty good. This game. So Academy of Management Journal, they accept all methodology, but it's the top ranking. So it's just to find a good method and the quality of research. Academy of Management Review, it's more political. Human relation, I take these two examples because some sectors, some field, research field, used to develop quantitative or qualitative data, so human relation, mostly qualitative information, most quantitative, and just these methods. It's we need to justify and strongly justify this how you did how you could use this method. And Journal of Business Ethics, because this kind of topics, it's more complex. You could justify to use mixed method with a quantitative and qualitative approach to just specify some results of this quantitative. So it's just a little game to present some examples. Now, I will present the methodology of 3 articles, and I will show you an issue and a big issue of the first article of on my slides. So I published Journal of Business Research, the study on the question of AI adoption. It is the model of the studies, the results. So as you see, it's a quantitative perspective. We use a survey-based method, and we target the fairness healthcare supply chain. So we target some managers on this healthcare system to understand basically this interaction. And we have 170 responses and that's and you use really command the data analysis with structural equation modeling. So it's really common method in quantitative research. After just I show you the second article of my thesis, legitimizing an entrepreneurship project, the network strategy of the entrepreneur as innovation champion. And it was the study of the entrepreneurial program of insurance company. And I studied only the first part of this program with only 4 projects. And I studied, all the innovation process of these 4 entrepreneurial projects. And there is only one success for 3 papers. So to study, to understand the different dynamics and the different strategy of legitimation of these entrepreneurs in the organization with their different network. So it's French, but it's here individual networks of entrepreneurs. The network of entrepreneurial program, and last one, the organizational network in the company and with outside the company. And I study for each project the specific role of the broker, the person that could build links and bridge between different kinds of networks. And to understand this kind of relation, I couldn't choose the quantitative perspective. So I chose the case study method, and more specifically, embedded design, because it's the main topic. It's the main objective is to understand the construction of entrepreneurial program. And for this first phase of this program, it's only 4 projects. So in fact, I realized 4 case studies, and I studied the dynamics between these 4 cases. And I use multiple data, direct observations, various documents, and I working some research interviews at different levels of the organization to understand and to analyze the position of entrepreneurs, the position of the manager of the entrepreneurial program, and I also talk about the top management and top management for innovation to try to understand the corporate strategy fits with the innovation strategy and how they develop the entrepreneurial program to answer. Okay, so different models and qualitative method is really important for this kind of field, and to answer to this the research question for sure on the first step. How does the entrepreneur make use of the various social networks and then workers to build the legitimacy of the entrepreneurial projects? And it will be the last example. Okay. First of all, we'll begin with the research question. How does organizational trust moderate the relationship between employees' perceptions of organizational support associated for entrepreneurship and their propensity to adopt entrepreneurial behaviors? So, the difficulty for this question in this company is that you couldn't ask to the employees the level of trust they have on the organization. And remember, my thesis, my work was financed by this company. So to understand the quality and the support of the organization, I need to find a way to make a distance between their perception, the reality of the perception. So with my two vice directors, Antonin Ricard, Dean of IEME France, and Professor Pierre-Xavier Besky, we will try to use the methodology, a really particular methodology, the scenario method. Maybe do you know this method? Really interesting. It's really difficult to defend in mainstream. To analyze these different dimensions, we send to the employees a scenario, and we explain the scenario of innovation, the company, the situation, if they develop, if there is a few climate of mistrust or trust, it's a projection, it's not the reality. If the company develop a failure program, if the interaction, the main interaction is proximity manager, your local manager, the dedicated project manager working for your management, or it's about the level within the organization. So we will ask to the employees to read this scenario. And we ask two questions. The first one is, do the contextual elements lead to global growth? Your intention to consider developing this entrepreneurial idea. Remember, it's about the first step generation of idea. And the second question, do the contextual elements lead to encourage you to reveal this entrepreneurial idea to entrepreneurs? So kind. So we have really interesting results, but it's complicated to find the right form. That's maybe I have an opportunity. So I will see. To conclude, for the conclusion, just as you say, methodological perspective. The first step is the research question. Second step is the field and how you negotiate your position with your field. And the last one is the targets. The target draw. So it's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, thank you.
Are you going to submit? No, not yet.
Maybe
Or is it secret?
maybe British.
Okay.
Yes.
How was it?
Sorry.
How was it?
The first one is journal patient business. But it's they say that it's for the hardware service. And after
one you will talk with.
In the company. In the company. The company and say, okay, open the
Yes.
door. Because in Brazil, we have some problems.
Thank you for your question. In France, it's the same. So to negotiate the access, it's because you are the networks. And because you need to build your legitimacy as a research, but because you are already linked with the organization. And just I explained why I did my PhD and I did the finance in my life, because in my first life, I'm an insurance jurist. Okay, so I already work in the company, and so they knew me. I'm already in this relation, and after I negotiate very confidential perspectives and some results. Be careful about some results. So it's complicated.
Do you feel these entrepreneurs, they tend to protect the information a lot? To participate in the interviews of surveys? How do you feel about it?
Yes,
So just compliance.
Sorry?
It's a lot of compliance.
yes, but because I knew already them, I think
It will be a bit easier. Yeah, all about context.
context and relationship. Network. Just little talk and build acceptance of your question. And it's a way also you need to build a win-win strategy as a consultant.
Yes, I would have asked it because I think in Europe somehow we are more accessible to participate in information in here in Brazil. Kind of resistance of the business. Question?
Okay, then, thank you, Mélanie, for your presentation. It was very interesting. Share with us your research, your methodology, always something new to learn, to know. It was very nice. Thank you. And Mélanie is part of our team, and then she will be here with us during 10 days. But you will now tomorrow travel a little bit to collect some data. Then maybe we'll see again. You will come to Bali again in the next week. Okay, then thank you for coming in. All we will have a coffee and some cake also after our meeting. Thank you. Please feel free.
We have,
And we have also here the open session of our new company platform. Then please feel free to join also. Asia Ship is Asia Shipping is promoting this classroom tour here with us. Feel free to join us for a cake.
Thank you, Mélanie.
Thank you for your question.
Let's speak.
Isso aí, vai estar por aí amanhã. Então, amanhã a gente conversa, pode ser? Tá. Ok.
Mas é que ele tem uma caixa, eu não sei, eu acho que não está em massa.
E ele não responde assim, já poderia responder. São vários.